Hello everyone, good evening and welcome back to WOR Tier 3 with 3 rounds from home everyone in this Season 12 Championship. At the moment it's Flying Rozzy at the top of the table and he can get things done this evening should he outscore Adam Dude by 16.5 points. And obviously, typical F1, not bettering that by a couple of points himself. It's going to be a hard task to get it done today. And with Flying Rozzy finding himself ever shortened with time constraints, he finds himself really scrambling for a setup. So, don't hold your heads too high. Can't really guarantee that's going to happen today, and in fact Adam Dude, who's been in incredible form, 5 podiums in the past 5 races, including a win in Australia, sandwiching in between 4 podium second place finishes. Adam Dude really is looking like the potential favourite to snatch this championship right at the death, but Flying Rozzy, we know what he's capable of. Can he just snatch that last result he needs to get over the line and not have to worry about this damn thing anymore? Whether he still does, of course. Again though, welcome everyone. My name is Joseph, or Joseph F1, and we're having a great evening as we arrive at Circuit Paul Ricard. Home to the French Grand Prix since 2018, and for the first time, of course, since 1990. Currently really track used for testing purposes. European races, of course, feeder series, and of course the French Grand Prix. Two DRS zones following the final corner on the start-finish straight, and after turn 7 as well as you go along that long Mistral where, in fact, on the game, you can get some really good overtakes out of it. 5.842 kilometre long circuit. Now being used for a qualifying shootout. 18 minutes, just over 3 minutes into the session. We've got plenty of reserves here today. Busy Gorgon on Tier 3 debut. We've got TTM Rossi, Ruben Adams returning again in the AlphaTauris. PSR Jan as well in the Alpine, and Järvinen as well. So, plenty of names to keep your eye on. It's Busy Gorgon currently invalidated. Another Red Bull out there as well. FRT Black, remember when he was leading the way after an incredible qualifying back in Melbourne? I'd like another one of those today. His best result of the season has been P6, and that was all the way back at Spa. We're not too far away in a bordering country, though in the south of France, of course. It's not quite the same. Cheetah, of course, the Belgian driver, up at the top of the timesheets. Teammate PSR Jan slotting into P2 in these early stages, dipping into the 1 minute 29s early on here, but I'm sure it's going to be times even quicker than that. Humperdinck is out there. He might have spun off, and considering he's off at the final corner, this next lap time is absolutely not going to count. The game doesn't really like it when you do that. Can't really make his way back into the pits. Maybe he'll give a banker a go here. The 4th place man in the championship still has the championship, in contention for him, but I'm sure he's after this 3rd place, maybe second, should a result fall his way this evening. Reminder that the final 2 rounds are Great Britain and Brazil. So endless overtaking opportunities in these last 3 rounds for something dramatic to happen. Adam Dude in the pit lane at the moment, Flying Rozzy as well. Typical F1 in 3rd place, Ruben in 4th, Liam Hartman in 5th, Half flying up the order into 3rd place at the moment. 2 rounds ago, he picked up his first win of the season. In fact, his first podium as well. TMS Amazed on the medium tyres, coming up to the line, short route to it, and it's a 30.8. Not a great lap by any means when you consider what his rivals have done on the same compound of tyres. Graphic F1. Oh, that's a spin for the Red Bull driver. That's off at turn 11, the long apex right-hander. You need to attack with intent, really. As you do every corner around here. There's plenty of margin for error, which is quite unique in the modern age of F1 circuits. You know, we're seeing Miami this weekend. Gameplay accidentally revealed today of that, but we've seen just how tight and twisty the sections are on the modern street circuits, but it's got a modern feel about it, Paul Ricard. A classic circuit, of course. Safety cars are going to be unlikely because of that low risk factor of hitting a barrier. Rain F1. It's turn 8 and 9. Only a 58.0 at the moment, so we know that is absolutely not going to mean anything in this session. Through the flat out right of turn 10, on to turn 11. A wide line, he's going to cut back, he misses the apex quite significantly, runs wide. Gets away without an invalidation. Takes it into 12, again running wide. So Rain F1 really struggling in this early stage of qualifying. The Humperdinck has managed to have a valid lap. Attempt here, into turn 12 he goes. Nice cut back there, and a good exit as well. Just 2 more corners to go. Turn 14 is up next. A lot of curb, left hand side. This early entrance for the final corner. Nicely on the throttle. DRS open, and the Humperdinck, where can he get himself in the mix with 10 minutes remaining? And it's provisional pole. It's a 29.0, and he betters Cheetah by about 0.3 of a second. Adam Dude, here he goes then. The second place man in the championship, looking to turn it around significantly. With 3 rounds to go, he can lose it all today. But he's definitely determined with Flying Rozzie's coursework. Okay, I've just got a DM from him, and it's coursework that he's doing. And you've got to respect the education commitments. Of course, I'm in the same boat at the minute. At a lower level, of course, but Flying Rozzie. Is this going to sum up? Is this going to define his season? And we shouldn't let it, because 3 race wins, 3 second places in the first 8 rounds of the season. We must not forget how incredible that is. But Adam Dude sniffing the title. DRS open. Where is the Williams driver going to go? Onto the front row provisionally, but only 5 drivers have set a lap on the soft tyres at this stage. Busy Gorgon out there looking to make that 6 at the moment. It's a bit of traffic up ahead for him. Into sector 3 now, turn 11, turning in. Pretty much nailing both apexes there. Wide entrance, cut back. Take too much curb there. Oh. Busy Gorgon. There's come to terms there with, I think, Rafik F1. Whatever happened there, it looked like he appeared to go straight on. And this lap time will not count. Ruben Adams invalid on this occasion. Harvey's out there. He's just started a flying lap. Here's our Jan out there as well. Invalidated at the moment, but Cheetah heading through the second sector split now, nearly 0.2 of a second up, and that would be enough to perhaps challenge this front row here. And the team's home race, of course, Alpine, who are based in Enstone, but French brands, and their 2021 Formula 1 livery definitely showing that off. Into the final corner comes Cheetah. Second gear. He took it with. And up to the line now. Cheetah is onto the front row. The 29.1, just 200ths of a second quicker than Adam Dude at this stage. Harv out there as well. He's a couple of tenths up. Still plenty more time to find though in this final sector. It's too much exit curb, and if you overstep that white line, it's an invalidation. Harv has suffered that blow. Typical F1 invalid. He's third place in the championship. He's still within contention. Again, another driver who could see that gone by the end of this race. FRT Blackie has moved on to the soft tyres. Of course, typical F1 invalidating there as well. Liam Harmon out there on the softs. Here comes Steve F1, who has asked me to shout out his mum. He goes up to P5, and that one was for his mum. And TMS Amaze, 7 tenths up at the moment. His medium lap was not brilliant, but he's searching now to find all the time he can on those soft tyres. It's a risky soft medium around here. Often you do see hard tyres being used. Mediums do give you a lot of flexibility in terms of strategy, but TMS Amaze committing to the soft tyres here. 29.4, just ahead of Steve F1. And FRT Blackie, out of nowhere really, sets a 29.0 and only just is on provisional pole. LCR Rafik F1 invalid once again. Liam Harmon starting his next flying lap. Harv invalid on this occasion, but off back into the pit lane following his attempt. And another lap. Steve F1 making his way back into the pit lane. I think we've got the Humperdinck back out there and on a lap as well. Let's see what he's up to then. The reigning champion, well, 2.5 seconds down. Invalid and perhaps back into the pit lane on this lap. This is 4 minutes now to go. And drivers will now be preparing for that all-important final run. Still positions in the championship there to be made up. Races there to be won. A good track position. Really put you in that conversation. And just like that, only 2 drivers out on track. TTM Rossi, who's yet to set a lap in this session, did join just a little bit later following football training. So that's always great, isn't it? But he will be the first around and the first to start a final run in this session. TTM Rossi, nothing to play for in the championship. Just experience racing at this level. He did participate in PC tier 3 or 4, I want to say. Around here at France on Sunday. Into the final corner he goes. Embarking on another mission. DRS open for TTM Rossi, starting his flying lap now as he crosses the line. And, well, let's hope he doesn't meet too much traffic. That's the championship leader, Flying Rossi, in front of him. And he gets in the way of TTM Rossi. And to be fair to Flying Rossi, he has only just come out onto the circuit for the first time. I don't think the awareness was quite there, but poor TTM Rossi, he was simply just having a stab at a lap, has seen that quickly undone. And only the first corner. Yellow flag up ahead as we ride on board with Busy Gorgon, who also has not set a valid lap in this session. May well be able to go again. There is 2 minutes left to go in the session. Question is, has he got the fuel for it? He's certainly got the battery, and he's certainly dawdling at the moment. He's not going to interrupt anyone because no one is on a flying lap. Other now than Jan and Limpjet. As here we go then. It is quite official that drivers are now embarking on this final run. Limpjet through the first couple of corners, and he sits 6th in the championship at the moment. He scored points in every round bar the first this season. A streak of 10 races that he scored a point in. Oh, should I say 11? I'll say 11. Because that is in fact correct. Limpjet through turn 7. Using all of the curb there. It is flat. You can use all of the track available there. Down in towards turn 8 and 9. Making at the start of the final curb that shows you where to turn in there really. Round in turn 9. Next up is turn 10. I have seen a big tyre blowout in 2018. Lance Stroll in the Williams. Thankfully was on the front, so was able to get it slowed down. The Limpjet powers on through turn 12, kink of 13, and with just 2 corners to go, can Limpjet get himself in contention for pole position here? That's Rafik round to the final corner. He's on an outlap now, getting his final run underway. Limpjet up to the line then. What's it going to be for the Haas driver? He stays P5. He improved marginally, but it just wasn't enough. And Busy Gorgon shoots himself up to P5. What a great lap there from the Brit. And the Humperdinck starting his flying lap now. Next across the line is Harvey's trundling over there. Jarvinen has not made it. I think he's in the pit lane anyway. Flying Rossi is out there on the mediums and invalid. The championship leader will start last. It's going to be advantage Adam Dude. Where's he on the track? He's pushing. The 7.8 second delta certainly wasn't doing him any favours there, but he is indeed pushing Cheetah, who's 3rd place at the moment, barely down on his personal best. It's all there to be won in Sector 3 though. He's going to be one of the next drivers to cross the line, following that AlphaTauri just in front that's aborted into the pit lane anyway. FRT Blackie has retired. He can do no more in this session. Cheetah round to the final corner. DRS open for the Belgian driver. Can he put it onto pole position? Cheetah is back with a bang. There it is. It's been missing from him for a while. It's been in and out of races. And finally he has his moment once again. Cheetah on provisional pole, but can anyone beat it? Adam Dude is about a quarter of a second up. How big of a pole position could this be if he looks to snatch the championship with 3 remaining races in this season 12 tier 3 championship? Into the penultimate corner, late apex, and he'll do the same into the final corner. 2nd gear, 3rd gear, short shifting. DRS open once again. Adam Dude in the Williams. Can he snatch pole? Yes, he can. And how big could that be for his season? A truly incredible lap by Adam Dude. The Humperdinck has no answer for it. And just like that, Adam Dude has done it. He's on pole position. Flying Rossi plumb last. Well, confirmation then of the order. Adam Dude. And should it stay like this, the championship lead will reduce to 10.5 points for Flying Rossi. Fine margins now. Adam Dude You know, he's not feeling any pressure, nor is Flying Rossi. I will just step in and say there because, well, coursework seems to have taken over his life at the moment, and it's fully understandable. Cheetah also on the front row. Blackie, Humperdinck, typical F1 round out the top 5. Steve F1, Busy Gorgon, Liam Harmon, Limpjet and TMS Amazed round out the top 10 that's separated by just under 6/10. And we mustn't forget the outsiders, those outside the top 10 that are going to have the free choice of tyre. Probably better around here. Does leave you very open to safety cars early and late in the race. Oh, it's a lot more overcast, you know. I'm not gonna point my finger on a set strategy here. Is there gonna be any rain? I'll ask that question now. The Humperdinck has just given me a response. Yes, rain is in the lobby. And he is starting that all-important P11, so in a way I'm kind of glad he's brought that up. And he does start on the hard compound of tyres, as does Harv, Ruben, Rafik and TTM Rossi. Is there going to be some late rain in this race, perhaps? Hard is an orthodox starting tyre, we all know that. Huge difference in early race pace compared to the softs. But it's extremely overcast. The sun just about trying to poke through. But the mood is dimmed, really. Through the lighting. And Adam Dude will hopefully not let anything dampen his spirits in this dramatic quest for the title. To turn 8 and 9. Fortunately, no one quite disqualified from this formation lap just yet, but some great races in this top 10, I have to say. Should make for an interesting race. And Adam Dude's fan club is going to need all the support he can get. 35.5 points the deficit. Has closed that up substantially from just 5 rounds ago when he was even finishing second and losing races to Flying Rossi. It's the opposite end of the spectrum now. Flying Rossi down in P18, having to give up his even qualifying time for coursework. It's a difficult circumstance Flying Rossi has faced, but like I said, we're not going to let that distract us from his immense start to the season. But you have to say, Adam Dude's second half has been just as impressive. Incredible consistency, and can it continue today? Grid reforming. Everything at stake for this man, Adam Dude. As the final cars pull into their grid slots now. Here come the lights. All 5 on ahead of the drivers. And out, and we're underway. Limjet jumped the gun. He will serve a drive-through penalty in these first 3 laps. But Adam Dude holds the lead for the time being. Pole position on the left. He can defend the inside, and into the lead he goes. Just a touch wide, but he holds the lead still through turn 2. Going wide there is one of the Mercedes, but FRT Blackie from 3rd on the grid into the lead. An incredible start from the Red Bull driver, going the long way round at turn number 2 and into the lead of this race, like I said. But Adam Dude will perhaps fancy some slipstream through turn 7. Turn 8 and 9 is up next as they go down the Mistral. It's not game over yet. Still in 2nd place, Adam Dude. He likes that position. Who cares? Side by side between Liam Hardman and Steve F1. Liam on the inside into turn number 8. Get pinched a bit. Steve holds on well there around the outside, but 2 sectors into this opening lap, FRT Blackie has the lead. Let's hope he doesn't throw it away like he did in Melbourne in the early stages. Liam Hardman back up the inside. What a great race this is on the opening lap between Steve and Liam. And who's that just left? I think it was PSR Jan. So let's get him back into the session nice and quickly as he sadly tumbles down the order. But Harv on the hard tyres, up to 10th in this train. This is going to be interesting. And Limpjet serving his drive-through on the opening lap, so that will bump the likes of Harv up 1 position. And what has happened on the opening lap to Flying Rossi? Flying Rossi was involved in something on that opening lap. He's overtaking Ruben Adams, who perhaps he tangled with, because both are significantly far away from this train. It's going from bad to worse for Flying Rossi. He just cannot escape spinning or getting tangled in something on the opening lap. It's just never ending for Flying Rossi. The walls are caving in. Just over 2 laps into this race. 25 to go as we cross the line. DRS enabled on this lap then, and Adam Dude has set the quickest lap of the race at the end of lap 2. Setting the pace with a 33.2. Using quite a lot of battery though, similarly to FRT Blackie. So he's going to have a go here. He looks ready, poised, primed to make the overtake. Into turn 5 and now onto turn 6. Difficult corner, can't run too wide, will pick up a warning. And then it's a measure of how far back you are down this straight. DRS open and then quickly closed again for Adam Dude. He's not going to go for it on this occasion. He'll use the DRS advantage that he has to sit behind FRT Blackie and save some battery as well down these straights. It's going to be all important in this race. The Humperdinck has used about 70% of his battery so far, as has Cheetah. So the top 4 have quite similar ERS usage, but now Adam Dude will have that advantageous spot to try and save some of that battery and defend himself from the Humperdinck and Cheetah should he need to. It's going to be the same story again on lap 4. Still the top 4 in their smaller DRS train. Busy Gorgon trying to break into it, but he's got Liam Hartman, Steve F1, typical F1, right on his tail. Is Adam Dude going to go for it here? He was using some overtake, and there we go, to the left-hand side. Adam Dude takes the lead of this race halfway through lap 4. Getting the job done nice and early. It definitely won't seal the race victory, because these softs need to go a decent chunk of the race should he want to make it onto mediums. Or indeed, he could go flat out and put it onto the hard tyres. Both are viable options should the driver be wanting to try a one-stop in this race. The fastest lap for Adam Dude, helped of course by the slipstream effect and the overtake he used. He's pulled a gap of 0.7 of a second, and he's now getting his foot down, trying to break DRS and see himself dominate this race. Like I said, I think it's now 9.5 points the gap would be to Flying Rozzy should he win this race with fastest lap as well. Flying Rozzy down in 14th, 4/10 off TMS Amaze. This yellow flag in sector 1. It's Ruben Adams that has gone off at the first couple of corners. He's only finding his feet again with the F1 game. He's still got promising pace. Clearly the race consistency is just not quite up to scratch yet with where he would like it to be. It's all about building for that next F1 game in a couple of months' time. Liam Hardman is tumbling down the order. That's because he is in the barrier. At least he got very close to it on the exit of turn 9. Did he get pinched there? Very easy to lose traction, of course. I don't think there's any significant damage on that Alfa Romeo, so he is able to keep going. And Cheetah does take the early pit stop. Into the pits comes the Belgian driver. It's a long pit lane here, was extended for safety reasons. Now enter the penultimate corner and not halfway down the start-finish straight. Hard tyres going on for Cheetah. Just a small glitch. Predictable as he exits the pit box. And he'll rejoin, perhaps quite low down here, in 16th, but it's not going to do him too much harm. Plenty of clean air to work with. In fact, just behind Ruben Adams, so he might be able to catch a toe and an early overtake. Liam Harbin onto the mediums. That's committing to a 2-stop. His strategy is raced out the window already following that spin, so I'm not sure he'll be too fussed. Here comes Steve F1 making an overtake on Busy Gorgon. Typical F1 doing the same into turn number 8. And just like that, Busy Gorgon, who was in 4th, a very impressive 4th, might I add, on debut. Meanwhile, the Humperdinck is overtaking FRT Blackie. The Humperdinck has found some pace. That was used a lot of battery in the process, and he now takes control of P2. Huge gap, 5 seconds between Blackie and Steve F1. Once again, we're seeing runaway leaders in this race. And into the pits comes the top 4 then. Adam Dude, the Humperdinck, FRT, Blackie and Steve F1 all into the pits. Adam Dude has the last pit box, so should not get held here. Nice swift pit stop by a reliable Williams crew, both in real life and the game. But Adam Dude is the net race leader. Exits then just behind Limpjet and a courteous Jarvinen, who pulls off the racing line as kind of have to on that pit exit. But Adam Dude Makes one position already, and in fact he's dropped the DRS to the Humperdinck. And Adam Dude, is he going to get another overtake done early here? He's a long way back on Limpjet, who served that drive through early in this race. He's going to have to make a pit stop very soon himself. He's well out of sync with the race here. Rain F1, hard tyres are coming to life. The softs not able to go too much further. Has he got damage or something, Busy Gorgon? Or are the tyres really just holding on for dear life? Through turn 12 and now turn 13, Rain F1 has gone past him. And now TTM Rossi does so as well as he makes his way into the pit lane, as does Typical F1. The race leader, but not too much longer. As Adam Dude in P11 will re-inherit that once the field have made their pit stops. Limpjet stays out for another lap. TMS amazed up in P5. Adam Dude's teammate does so as well. It's going to be an easy overtake here for Adam Dude as he is elevated into 8th following some pit stops. Now he's got some clean air again to work with, but the Humperdinck just isn't quite hitting the same levels on these opening couple of laps on the hard tyre stint. Flying Rossi up in 6th, and soon enough he'll have Adam Dude right on his tail. TTM Rossi versus Rain F1 is a battle worth watching at the moment. TTM Rossi up into P2, net leader of the race actually. When you consider halves penalty, if the race ended, Rossi would win, but obviously it doesn't work like that. And Rain F1 has used a lot of battery. Rossi a little bit less, and Harv is certainly doing very well on the battery front as well, like he did of course in Portimao, where he had so much he was able to dump it all on the final lap and really give that race a good go, so much so that he won it. The Humperdinck is now ahead of Limpjet and joins Adam Dude. So interesting to see which way this race is going to go between these two. Yellow flag in sector 3. Is it Busy Gorgon who's just come out of the pits? He spun the car, and Liam Harmon picking up a penalty as well. He's just in front of the McLaren. And Pierce Arjan has not yet rejoined the session, so I was meant to invite him back ages ago. Oh shit. Oh god. I just can't really check Discord, so that's on me. That's completely on me. It's just difficult not having a co to follow up on those things. But he's joined back. That's completely my bad. I'll apologise post race, of course, because why wouldn't I? It's out in front. Harv on the hards, followed by Rossi, Rain and Rafik in the same train on the same strategy. A good opening line. 9 laps for these 4. And Flying Rossi has gotten ahead of TMS and May. Oh, what's going on? I could have sworn I pressed on Flying Rossi. I have now. And he's quite ahead of him. Just a timing glitch momentarily as TMS and Mays now makes his way into the pit lane. One of the last drivers, excuse me, on the soft tyres to change off of those. Will he fancy the medium tyres? Well, yeah, I feel even more guilty about that now. Yikes. Into the pits and retired. But on go the mediums for TMS and Mays. Limpjet might do the same thing. Plenty to gain for these two. Why not go for it? Steve F1 into the pits as well. And the front wing change for him. Driver that was up into the top 4 momentarily before the pit stops. Now plumb last. With a long, long way back into this race. And I posed the question of rain. Those clouds, long gone. And Rafik getting ahead of rain at the penultimate corner by doing that. By having a little battle. Now no longer in DRS of the front two. May start to think about pulling away. And holding them off as long as possible. Here comes Rain F1 then. Previously overtaken by Rafik, but to the left-hand side, Rain F1. And again, another fairly simple move down the Mistral. It's not quite done and dusted, as Rafik, with plenty of ERS, finally perhaps fancies some points. 4 races, 0 points. And a DNF last time out in Saudi Arabia. Rain F1 defending hard. First to the right. He does stay there. It's the racing line into turn 1. Braking zone arrives quickly. Difficult to spot in slightly glary conditions now. Now Limpjet with the fastest lap. Remember, he's on the medium tyres. He jumped the start and served his drive through at the end of lap 1 again. The tides turn. Rafik F1 back up into P3, but yeah, these two now losing a lot of time to Rossi and to Haar, who are excuse me, controlling this race. Both on the hard tyres. Still got a fair chunk to do on this stint. Once they get onto the softs, they can be really, really racy. Flat out to the end. Perhaps a safety car around the time of the pit stops will really benefit them, but will also give an opportunity for everyone else to get back onto the same compound as them. So, not going to be factors of luck in this race. These two want a result. But you have to say, this stint has been pretty much flawless from the two of them. But, excuse me, wow. my throat is not being kind to me today, but yeah. Adam Dudes re-overtaking the Humperdinck, which indicates to me that these two have had a little battle. And both now right on the back of Flying Rossi. Will Flying Rossi make it difficult for Adam Dudes? I suppose it was a battle we weren't expecting to be seeing. And a yellow flag as Busy Gorgon has gone round, not for the first time in this race. Overtake engaged for Adam Dude as he slowly reels in Flying Rossi. How does he fancy it into turn 10, maybe turn 11? Good exit key here for Adam Dude. Can't let the Humperdinck have a sniff, and that's Rain F1 And Rain F1, he was battling with Rafik. I wonder if the two of them have come to blows, or Rain just having a spin like Liam Hardman earlier in this race. Just this time he's ended up on the other side of the track. Adam Dude right on the rear of Flying Rossi through turn 11 onto turn 12. Flying Rossi hugs that inside line. Adam Dude, can he do the up and over, up and under, sorry. Into the penultimate corner. Surely DRS overtake down the main straight. You don't see many of them because of how inviting the Mistral is. But here we go with Adam Dude overtaking Gage. Big weaves of Flying Rossi. He's not making it easy at all. Is he the championship leader who's going to have his lead cut substantially again here today? But no matter what, he'll keep it by the end of this round. Into turn 4 and turn 5. Couple of tight right-handers. Flying Rossi runs in deep. Boy, it's DRS mind games. Flying Rossi loses out. Otherwise, that could have been very dangerous. He picks up a time penalty for multiple warnings as well. Adam Dude on his way. The Humperdinck on his way. It's going to be a small three-way battle here. And it sounds small because in the context of this race, it's nothing. Flying Rossi doing everything he can to hold up his championship rival. And the Humperdinck getting involved as well. He's got plenty of battery. He didn't, to be fair, at the start of this race. It's opposite now for Adam Dude and the Humperdinck, who found themselves in different situations early on in this race. Flying Rossi parking it on the apex again. This contact between the two championship rivals. Flying Rossi parking it on the apex. Adam Dude colliding with his rear diffuser. And again, Flying Rossi causing as much of a train as he can. Cheetah now involved. Rain F1 back there as well, though, on a different strategy. He's doing the right things here, Flying Rossi, from his perspective. However, you've got to say, at one point, he's really got to give it in. He does need to think about his own championship, his own points. And I don't think he's really racing in the best interests of that at the moment. More so, denying Adam Dude. Steve F1 is back in proceedings. A good exit again for Adam Dude. Surely not into turn 3, turn 4, turn 5, because that means Flying Rossi will have some of that DRS down the Mistral. The Humperdinck ever closer, Cheetah ever closer. What a weird and wacky battle for Flying Rossi. Definitely all for a good cause. Here goes Adam Dude again. Is Flying Rossi going to park it on the inside again? Whoever the race directors are nowadays in Formula 1, they'd be handing out black and white flags for this. Again on the apex, Flying Rossi. And has Adam Dude got the run now? Down in towards turn 11. Flying Rossi right on the limit of battery, as is Adam Dude. It's a drag race to turn 10. It's a drag race to turn 11. Slipstream for Adam Dude again, parking it on the apex. Flying Rossi. Adam Dude is going to have to find all sorts of routes around the McLaren. What a weird battle this continues to be. Flying Rossi again parking it on the apex. Down the inside goes Adam Dude. Is that for final? Is that for real? And it looks like it might be, unless Flying Rossi can blast past him down the start-finish straight and down towards turn 8 and 9. Because if he can't, I think it's just about done. That took a few laps. Again, Flying Rossi gaining 15 laps done. On those medium tyres, he's ran wide now. He's well off the circuit. And the Humperdinck is going to blast past him as well, leaving him really no room to get back on the circuit. Game over now for Flying Rossi, who did everything he could to provide Adam Dude with another challenge in his already long shot at this title, in which he's looking like the favourite with every passing race. Well, actually, he's escaped to second. 1 second the gap between Adam Dude and the Humperdinck, slowly coming down due to the battery the Humperdinck has in the energy store, but this is going to go right down to the wire. Lap 17 of 27. 11 laps to go. No virtual safety cars or safety cars yet in play. Not had a major accident. The only DNF PSR Jan in the pit lane. After joining back, which, again, I'm sorry for him. And Rain F1, that's not the circuit at all. He's going to have to let FRT Blackie on. Comes back onto the circuit safely. But Rain F1, who's yet to pit in this race, has had a spin as well. He's a long way off Rafik, who he was fighting with not so long ago. TTM Rossi and Harv. Very much being patient. It won't be long before these two are in the pit lane. And after that fight between Adam Dude and Flying Rossi, they'd be a lot further back if not for that. So they have a chance. Ten to go. Again, another calm period, and off the track, FRT Blackie. And not for the first time when he's got a fighting chance in a Grand Prix. Such a shame for FRT Blackie. Flying Rossi is done. And I don't think those softs will... as they're going to be a stretch to the end, but Flying Rossi now outside of the points once again. Finds himself in P14. Again, as it stands, championship gap 10.5 points. Flying Rossi will lead going into the final 2 rounds. And if Adam Dude seals this victory, that's podium number 7 of the season. That's win number 2 of the season. But should it be a second place, in which the Humperdinck bides his time every single lap? Oh, a virtual safety car. A virtual safety car. And how big could this be? Oh, it's a full safety car. Steve F1 seems to have crashed out on the start-finish straight. Full safety car. There is a twist to the tail. Harv and Rossi, sorry. Free pit stop. Rafik will join them as well. Well. What do we have ourselves here? On go the soft tyres. In fact, all of the top 5, top 6, top 7 following in. So Harv will have the lead ahead of Flying Rossi, who leads by nature of penalties on his second tier 3 race, sorry. The Humperdinck is onto the mediums. And there's going to be a grace period under this safety car where tyre wear is not going to be an important factor. But the Humperdinck maybe, just maybe with those medium tyres, thinks he'll have an advantage right at the end of this race. Steve F1 saying he dropped the rear and couldn't catch it. The walls are quite tight on the start-finish straight. And so, you're in a spin. It is incredibly hard to catch it, like he says, but wow, this is exciting. Is it going to be a race win for TTM Rossi? Should he avoid a penalty? Rafik on the podium. He's not even scored a point this season in his reserve endeavours. Adam Dudes in P4 now, flying Rossi up into the points, but he does have a penalty to his name. This is the penalty situation then. Harv out in front on a 3-second time penalty. Rain on 6. Jarvinen on 3 seconds. Rossi on 3. Ruben Adams on 6. And Liam Hardman on 3 seconds as well. As it stands, flying Rossi will drop outside of the points due to that penalty. Adam Dude needs to avoid a penalty himself. Get back up into the lead of the race because he can really see the championship in his sights, even being 10.5 points behind. And TTM Rossi has just picked up a 5-second penalty for ignoring a yellow flag. Much to my ignorance. So I looked away for a second. The safety car is in this lap. Goodness me. We're in for some finale. 7 to go as we cross the line. 7 laps which the softs can comfortably do. FRT Blackie in on the axe on penalties as well. Down in P11. My oh my, what is going to unfold? Harv rounds the final corner, foot to the floor, we're racing again in La Castellet. Green flag, we're racing. TTM Rossi, oh my god, TTM Rossi. I've said Rossi so many times over the course of this season. Adam Dude's already up 1 position. What a great move on Rafik at the first time of asking. How crucial could that be? Another penalty for TTM Rossi. I've done it again, lads. I've done it again. TTM Rossi with a penalty. My mind. My mind. And Rain F1 side by side with Cheetah. Cheetah, who fancies a podium in this race still if he can make this move stick. Soft tyres against soft tyres, but no penalties against 6 seconds of penalties. A lovely cutback from Cheetah down the inside at turn number 11. Can he hold it? Can he go down the inside? It was inviting for him, but he just couldn't quite get it done. Fastest laps sporing down through the field, but it involves I was gonna say it belongs to Adam Dude, but quickly snatched away by a typical F1 down in P13. As it stands, his championship hopes are over. Busy Gorgon picking up a time penalty. He's down in P15. He was on, like Steve F1, like Liam Harben, for a really good race this evening. But now find themselves trundling at the back of that field with penalties accumulating every single lap. Adam Dude in P3 at the moment. Net P1 on penalties. It's still all going to plan for Adam Dude. Rafik F1 and net P2. The Humperdinck net P3 as it stands. Cheetah net P4. Hit wide for Adam Dude. The Humperdinck, crucially, picking up a 3-second time penalty. And should he get involved with any late race fighting due to his choice of going on the medium tyres, probably won't mean so much if Adam Dude and Rafik stay penalty free. DRS enabled. With 5 laps to go. This is the penalty situation. I hope you can make sense of it, because I certainly can't. What we know for sure, though, is that this championship is continuing on to Britain. It can still be won there, but Adam Dude is going to be so much closer. And TTM Rossi in shot now and into the lead of the race. On track, he can certainly get 5 seconds removed, but he will still have 3 seconds to his name despite that. Here comes Harv, rubbing the rear diffuser off TTM Rossi. It's a long shot to try it at turn 11, Harv, but certainly had second thoughts. Oh, a yellow flag as Busy Gorgon is around at turn 12. Adam Dude getting really close now to Harv. How's the exit looking for Adam Dude? Slipstreaming Harv. Harv slipstreaming TTM Rossi. Down the inside goes Harv at turn 1. That's a long way back for Harv. And he hasn't quite got it done, but he loses it on the apex of turn 2. Almost collects Adam Dude. They're 3 abreast momentarily. Through comes Rafik, who does now have a penalty to his name. But as it stands, stays on the podium. And Adam Dude has got a penalty for the corner cutting. Bizarrely. Ooh. Ruben Adams on Flying Rossi. 9 seconds of penalties for Ruben Adams in 9th place. But he's made a good recovery, as has Flying Rossi. Safety car aiding them slightly, but got to be in it. Not to win it on this occasion. Contact between the two Aston Martins. Not often we've said that. But this is the very confusing penalty situation. It didn't look that way 5 laps ago, but it does now. Busy Gorgon, the 3rd DNF in this race. It looks like we're green flags to the end, though. On lap 25 of 27. Rafik F1 is going to try and take the lead here. And you know what? It's actually Cheetah in the lead of this race. Unbelievably, it's Cheetah, penalty free, and on course for a 3rd race win of the season. It's been a long time coming for him. There's going to be appealable penalties with the likes of Adam Dude and Flying Rossi. But besides, Rafik F1 takes the lead of the race. No points scored all season. In pole position to claim 25. Possibly. We'll still need a miracle. TTM Rossi still giving it a real good go. It's a Honda 1-2 with Red Bull and AlphaTauri. They've enjoyed some success stories in their time back in Formula 1 in the hybrid era. Following their departure from McLaren, of course. And it's McLaren that have had a miserable day. And the Humperdinck and Half come together again now with 2 laps to go. Wheel to wheel down the start-finish straight. Half against the Humperdinck. Oh my word, it's 3 wide momentarily for the race lead. TTM Rossi back in front. Rafik slotting into P2. Adam Dudes in P3. Adam Dude had to avoid contact with half spinning. That does sound about right. And so Adam Dude is still very much the favourite here. It looks like Cheetah then could have to settle for second. But what a great effort nonetheless. Here comes Rafik on Rossi. Here comes Adam Dude on Rafik and Rossi. Can he take 2 in 1? Adam Dude down the inside of Rossi anyway. Side by side through turn number 9, and on the exit the 2 cars with number 24 on the sides of them go wheel to wheel once more. Down in towards turn 11, it's Rossi on the inside, Adam Dude on the outside. 2 seconds in the top 7, 3 seconds in the top 10. What an incredible end to the race this is. And Rossi runs wide. Just a small nudge there. 1 more lap to go. The Humperdinck from a long way back on half. And once again, they're going to repeat their antics of not only 1 but 2 laps. The yellow flag in sector 3. That looks to be FRT Blackie around. Once again, look in front. As Adam Dude has a look down the inside of TTM Rossi. 1 lap to go. Adam Dude will want to take the lead here to perhaps secure it on track. Should that penalty be removed. And that does look likely. It's going to be a hard time making sense of these results. But what a big race win this could be for Adam Dude. Rafik defending to the left immediately. TTM Rossi, has he got enough in the battery to get alongside Rafik? No, he hasn't. And the Humperdinck against Harv once more. What a great battle between these two. Harv squeezed up onto the inside curb at turn 9. Let's look back at the 2 Aston Martins. Still wheel to wheel through turn number 10. Final sector now. And TTM Rossi goes for it. TTM Rossi. Oh, I thought he was around momentarily as they came into shot. There was certainly a nudge between the 2 of them. Exhausting, thrilling, confusing at times. But the French Grand Prix has a conclusion. Rounding the final corner is LCR Rafik. Will he win on track? Let's have a photo finish, shall we? TTM Rossi to the line. Oh, goodness me. Well, it's Cheetah that jumps up to the top. That is some order. But what we're suggesting at the moment is that it's Adam Dude from Cheetah. Should that penalty, and it definitely should. Cheetah's as confused as anyone. Oh, let's get some interviews, shall we? Definitely Adam Dude. Definitely Adam Dude. I'd like to speak to Rafik as well. What a great race. And certainly, I think might have a podium in the bag. And let's see if Cheetah will join us as well, because that could be the top 3. Jesus Christ. It's going to be a hard time making sense of that, like I said, but... Oh, I need to get my breath back. That's what. It's not the first time we've had a photo finishing moment like that, no matter what the order will be. I'm not sure Cheetah does join, so if that's not the case, we'll get started with these interviews then. I'm going to start with you, Adam Dudes, and talk us through that penalty quickly. Word is you've avoided a half spin and picked up a 5-second penalty, and you're likely to take another 25 points. So, first of all, congratulations. Difficult for you as well with the safety car.
Yeah, you're right. I kind of pushed him into a move into turn 1-2 on I think it was Rossi at the time, I can't remember. And he nearly spun through turn 2, and I don't know how I avoided him. He spun right in front of me. He held it, but obviously I had to go off track to avoid him, and it's given me the 5 seconds. So I should get it removed. But yeah, that was one of the more tense races I've had this season. That was hard work, man. My pace was good, my quali lap was decent, I knew I should be at the front, and that was hard work. Rossi made it hard work, but you know, it should be a win as long as no one else is having penalties removed. So hopefully it's a 25 points after that.
Talk us through that moment then, with Flying Rossi sitting on every apex imaginable. He was making it difficult for you. He was really racing, not in the best interest of himself, but trying to nab some points off you, which... Do you understand it? Did you think it was fair?
Yeah, listen, first I do understand it. He's fighting for position and that. Like, he can defend, I know that. Did I think it was over the top? Probably. Like, that wasn't cool to be behind, man. And I tapped his back, the back of his car at one point, and I thought I had wing damage. Thankfully, I didn't. But yeah, of course, like I said, I get why he's doing it. Thought it was probably over the top a bit, but you know, it is what it is. I'm sure we'll speak after the race or something and go over it. But yeah, that was. I knew he'd do it as well. I was in party with Humperdinck, and he was saying guarantee defends. I was like, I know he will, because I've been closing in on that. So yeah, that was tense. But it is what it is. So hopefully we still get the win.
I'm not going to say anything about the points gap at the moment, but one thing is for certain is that it has reduced. 2 more races to go. I'm not going to say the thing that I've asked for weeks, but just yeah. This is going to be really tense down to the wire, that's for sure. But thanks for speaking, Adam, dude. Let's move on then to perhaps our second, third place finisher. Who bloody knows? LCR Rafik F1. Congratulations, mate. I mean, you've not had a point in your 4 races as reserve. You've had the opportunity with a safety car. You've taken it. Definitely that penalty. Just not seeing you over the line for a potential race victory. But congratulations anyway. What a race for you.
Yeah, thank you, Joseph. Qualifying wasn't amazing. Bottled it really, but in the race, Steve F1 just told me to keep it calm, and the points will come, and he was right. Very lucky for the safety car. That definitely helped out a lot, but the battle for the win was something truly great. JG Stardom, he was definitely very hard to deal with. But yeah, I'm happy with the podium, especially after such a long drought of pointless finishes in the previous game as well. But it's good to be on the podium.
Absolutely. 2 races to go for you. I think you might have taken up a full-time seat. So, Great Britain, Brazil. How do you fancy your chances there? Any more points waiting for you?
Firstly, yes, I am now in the Red Bull full-time. Silverstone in Brazil, I'm not a massive fan of Silverstone, but Brazil, I definitely will fancy my chances to try and get myself back in the top 3. I'll be giving it my all for the rest of the season now that I have nothing to fight for. And I might pull a surprise off, you never know. Watch this space.
Looking forward to it. I like it. Thank you very much, guys. Been a pleasure as always. 2 races to go. Britain and Brazil. Who bloody knows if I'll be here or not. I hope to get myself in for... Oh, I've been kicked out anyway. That's great with you, Codemasters. Just make a good game. please. But if that's not the case, I'll personally be around on F1 22. But you absolutely have to tune into these final 2 races. And, of course, the rest of the action going on in WOR this week. Thank you, everyone, so much for watching. Until next time,